up, guys? Welcome to the vlog. Merry Christmas. It's a hard hat holiday, respectfully. Today, we are doing, as you saw Buddy the Elf doing previously, we are doing the Elf Breakfast Challenge, okay? Sure. And do you know the 7 main food groups that Buddy the Elf talks about? 4?
Yeah, only 4 main food groups.
Okay, can you tell us all right now?
Sugar, maple syrup, candy canes, and candy corn, I believe, are the 4.
Let's test our knowledge here and see what Buddy the Elf said specifically.
Okay. We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups. Candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
Alright guys, I think Michael was right. You have to judge it yourself. But today, we're doing the Elf Breakfast Challenge. And the contents that you see Buddy the Elf eating are exactly what we are going to do. Okay? We couldn't find candy corn because it's Christmas time. And we can't go to the North Pole and just grab candy.
That's true, yeah.
But today, here's what we're going to do, okay? We have spaghetti, okay? And we're going to get on our plates. And then we have marshmallows, we got M&Ms, we got Pop-Tarts, we got sprinkles. We got sprinkles to put on top of our holiday treats, our syrup, and our chocolate syrup based on how you're feeling. But here's the thing. We're going to make each other's plates.
Is this where I tell you I went to school for this?
You went to school for this?
Culinary arts. Yeah, dude. I know how to decorate plates, my guy.
Okay, all right.
Hello, it's week 2 of Wonder. So just to catch you up in case you missed last week we talked about how wonder, or maybe our imagination, our creativity, your ability to kind of think of things and imagine things that don't normally exist, that's actually part of the fingerprint of your Creator that's left on you. The Bible says that we are made in the image of God, and God himself is creative, right? I mean, the universe exists because he first thought of it, creatively thought of it, and then actually created it. And so our ability to be creative or be imaginative is part of the image of God in us, but also I think God gave that to us intentionally and with a purpose. I think part of its purpose is to actually connect with him, because we talked about last week, we can't see God with our natural eyes. We can't talk to him the same way we talk to each other. And so to connect with a God that exists outside of the natural world kind of requires us to flex that imaginative muscle in our mind. And so we talked about that last week. And this week, I want to talk about how our imagination can actually be hijacked and used in ways that it's not actually intended to be used. I think actually one of the biggest dilemmas facing our culture, and specifically I think your generation, is actually a hijacked imagination, or an imagination that is being used, maybe not a wrong way, but in a way that it's not intended to be used. So first off, why does it matter that our imagination can be used in a way that isn't helpful or used in a way that it isn't intended? Well, I think because our imagination is actually directly connected to maybe the way we perceive the world around us. There's actually a verse in Proverbs that says, "So a person thinks, so they are." Basically meaning that kind of the way you think and perceive the world is going to have an effect on the way you interact with the world. Right? I heard a saying once that there's 2 kinds of people that think they can and people that think they can't, and both of them are right. The way you think about things matters. And actually there is a specific verse I want to highlight. It's Proverbs 4:23. It says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Again, that internal part of you, that imaginative thing that's kind of hard to put our finger on, guard that area because everything you do flows from that.
How do you feel about Christmas plates like this, Hunter? Would you eat this at a Christmas dinner?
I absolutely would eat this at Christmas. Oh, you're crushing.
Oh, dude, I told
the
you.
Pop-Tart.
Oh, yeah. There we go. You know, watching Elf, right? Obviously, not a favorite opinion of everybody, but it's a good movie. Maybe not classified in the top 3 Christmas movies, but it's a good movie. But I always get sick of the scene when he walks down New York and just finds the gum on the railing and just starts eating it like candy. That grosses me out every time because I'm just like, Gross. You don't know who.
I'm sure, like me, you have had situations where you anticipated something going horribly wrong. Before a basketball game, you got really nervous because you were just anticipating all these different outcomes and how it could happen. Well, I think maybe there's some moments in there where our imagination or the wonder part of our mind is actually being hijacked and not spun towards God, but actually being spun towards the worst case scenario. Actually, there's another verse in Proverbs I want to highlight. It's Proverbs 29:18 in the Message paraphrase. It says, if people can't see what God is doing, they stumble all over themselves. The NIV version of this, I think, says, where there is no vision, where there is no ability to see what God is doing, the people perish. Basically meaning that when we take our eyes off of God, or maybe when, if I could say, we take that imaginative, creative, that part of our mind that is meant to connect with God, take it off of Him and start looking down into the mess of our lives, we begin to stumble all over ourselves. And when you think about, when you get really nervous about stuff or you get anxious about stuff, which I do all the time, we all do, it's kind of like you're just stumbling and tripling all over yourself. And so the next time you find yourself worrying about stuff or being fearful or maybe getting a little anxious before you go to school or something like that, maybe ask yourself the question, is my imagination being hijacked? Is my imagination leading me to a place of fear, or is it leading me to a place where I'm growing closer with God?
So now
There's your.
All right, guys, who do you think has the better plate? Me? Michael made it for me. Or Michael's? I made it for Michael. I really do like the crumbles on top.
I was only going to use the crust, but then I just got in the middle of the Pop-Tart and it was a little too late. It's like a nice little finishing, like breadcrumb.
Yes.
That's what I was going for. It just didn't happen.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. I am ready. We're going to get ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
The chocolate syrup really shines through.
Stop. So, I did not enjoy that. I feel like whenever it comes to a food challenge, I lose just all the time. Michael, what'd you think?
I can see why in the movie when he just went like this, he was like, I see it. I enjoyed that. I think I might have a Christmas breakfast tradition right here.
Let's go ahead and look at our plates here.
I think it's clear to say you lost.
Alright guys, we thank you for joining us for the Elf Breakfast Challenge, okay? We love you. We will see you guys next week. Peace.